When the woman arrived home from a double shift, she didn't find her disabled brother sitting on the couch where she usually left him. Instead, she found him huddled in the corner of the freezing balcony, his lips turning blue and his body shaking violently. "David!" She unlocked the sliding glass door and rushed to wrap her coat around him. "Why are you out here? It's freezing." David looked up, his teeth chattering so hard he could barely speak. Mark put me here," he stammered. "He said I was cluttering up the living room while his friends were over." The woman's eyes flashed with rage. She helped David inside and sat him near the heater just as her husband, Mark, walked into the room, holding a beer and laughing. When he saw them, his smile faded into a look of annoyance. "Why did you bring him back in?" Mark asked, taking a sip of his drink. "I told him to stay out of sight until the game was over. He could have frozen to death." The woman screamed, her voice cracking. "How could you do that to him? He's family." Mark rolled his eyes and scoffed. "Family? He's a parasite. He doesn't work, he doesn't contribute. He just sits there taking up space in the apartment I pay for. If he wants to live here, he learns to stay out of my way. Honestly, you should just put him in a state facility." The woman stared at him, an eerie calmness settling over her face. "You think he's a burden?" "I know he is," Mark sneered. "And so are you if you keep defending him." "Good," she said, pointing a shaking finger at the front door. "Then pack your bags and get out. Tonight." Mark laughed incredulously. "You're kicking me out? Are you insane?" "I pay the bills. Without my salary, you two would be on the street in a week. You really don't know, do you?" She stepped closer, her voice icy. "You pay the electric bill, Mark. That's it. But this penthouse? The building we live in? It was left to David by our parents. He owns it." Mark's face went pale. The beer bottle slipped from his hand and shattered on the floor. "What? You've been living rent-free in David's house for 3 years, treating him like garbage," she spat. "He's not the parasite." "You are." Mark began to stammer, reaching out for her arm. "Honey, wait, I didn't know. I was just stressed." "Get out," David whispered from the heater, looking Mark in the eye for the first time. The woman opened the door. "You heard the landlord. Leave."